Because in the system of white supremacy, they may choose, they always go by what they're doing and what they choose to do, because they can choose to do whatever they want to do. They can choose not to hire you in the first place. But if they hire you and then say that they're going to fire you, or they start trying to fire you, it might be for the reason that they want to say that, well, we hired this black person, gave them a chance. We're always trying to help people, but they don't want no help. They don't know what to do with the help. You try to help them, and they'll mess up every time. They'll deliberately mess up. They just don't care. They're no good. That might be their reason for hiring you in the first place, so that they can fire you, saying that, well, you didn't do what you were supposed to do, and after they showed you how to do it, and you could do it, and they made sure that you could do it with no problem, but you just chose that you weren't going to do it, and you weren't going to do anything, and that you weren't going to help. You were not willing to help people that need help, including yourself. So we just couldn't keep you on anymore. All right, that might have been their intention, to go through that ritual. They believe in rituals of all kinds. I mean, that's how they keep in practice. How do you handle this situation? How do you handle that situation? So that they know in advance just what to do and what not to do when it comes to handling people. They're the greatest handlers of people who were ever produced in the known universe. They know more about how to handle people than anybody, the white supremacists. Racist man and racist woman. They are highly skilled at it. So anything that they do, regardless of how they go about doing it, is always with the purpose of what? If they're racist, not talking about all white people now, but those who are the most powerful people on the planet, it's always with the intention of demonstrating or giving strength to the system of white supremacy. Doesn't make any difference how they go about doing it. So if they hire you, keep you on the job for 6 months, and then fire you, and then send you down the road to another job, and then keep you on there for 8 months or 2 years, and then fire you, it's because what they are doing is just playing with you, all right? They intend for you to be destabilized, and that's a technique that they're using now in many situations. It's called racial dislocation.
Okay.
All right? See, when you keep a person moving, the person becomes what you call, what? Unstable. And instability brings about all kinds of frustrations, all kinds of extra expense. It means you might have to change towns every time you change jobs and all like that, which means you're starting all over again from scratch. Now, they have a lot of black people doing that all over the world. Keep them squatters moving, like in the movie Shane. They learn this by practicing on each other. I mean, hey, the ranchers say that the ranchers and the farmers, they always had a little conflict going, because the ranchers always wanted to have plenty of pasture land for their cattle, all right? The ranchers raised cattle. Farmers raised food out of the ground. So the farmers were always fencing off land that the ranchers say, hey, when my cattle get ready to move, you got your fences in the way. So I'm calling you a squatter. You're squatting on the land where my cattle is supposed to go and graze. So I'm going to make you move. So they did this among themselves for many years, all right? Cattle versus ranch, okay? So they do the same thing with non-white people, only not because the non-white people have anything, but they found out that when you keep people moving, when you force them off of the land, you make what some people used to call, in a slang term, a derogatory term, gypsies out of them, where they're vagabonds.
Yeah, vagabonds.
Yes, and you just scattered all over the place. I mean, you got to go here and you got to go there. And, hey, in order to get a better job, I got to go to Oregon now. Okay, so you go to Oregon, then the job plays out in 2 years. Now you got to go back to Buffalo, New York, where you started from. There's no jobs in Buffalo, okay? So you go there and you wind up in jail and whatnot. That means when you apply for another job, you ain't going to get it because you've been in jail. Yes, yes, greater confinement. So the white supremacists, they're playing these games with black people all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Black people are falling into the Mediterranean Sea as we speak right now. Trying to do what? Which way did the white people go? Why? Because I can't stay where I am. Well, why? You're from Africa. Everybody's talking about going back to the motherland. Why are you leaving Africa? Because I can't stay there. Why is it you can't stay there? Because the white supremacists are there and gave everybody guns down the road, that other tribe, and that other tribe is after me, and they're going to kill me when they catch me, because the white supremacists trained them to kill me when they catch me. So I got to get out of here. Well, get out of here and go where? Well, hit that Mediterranean Ocean. Well, I can't walk the water. Well, we'll provide some facilities for some of you to get halfway across before you drown. The rest of you going to drown. But those that get across, now you got to do what? You got to be beggars on the streets of London and Paris and Madrid and and leave Casablanca and go to Lisbon, Portugal. All right, and the Portuguese, all right, the original Portuguese are some of the people who enslaved you in the first place. All right, see, so the white supremacists, they're all laughing at all of the dark people on the planet. Why? Because we can't get our act together. And why? Because we don't know what they're doing and how they're doing it and why they're doing it. We just know that it's being done, and a lot of unfortunate things are happening to us.
Yeah.
But we don't know why or who's causing it.
Okay.
White supremacists, ladies and gentlemen.
White supremacists.
If you don't do something about that, you ain't doing nothing about nothing.